Hello, friends, and welcome to Pathologic Volume 2, Episode 36. I am coming off a stretch of ill days, and so if I sound a bit strange or if my solve is a bit fuzzy, that's probably why. Fortunately, I record a few days in advance, so we'll have been able to release these uninterrupted, but I'm going to be doing a little catch-up for the next couple days. So, let's see whether I can struggle through these probably a little bit more difficult final couple bonus puzzles. Today we have a Canal View, which is a fun shading variant. And let's jump right into it. If you haven't seen these before, you can go back in the archives and watch the old solve of the first time that we saw this genre. But if you just need a quick refresher, you can stick around here while we take a look at the rules. In a Canal View puzzle, we will shade some cells so that all shaded cells form one orthogonally connected area. This is a familiar rule here. Orthogonally means horizontally and vertically in this context. And so an orthogonally connected area means that from any shaded cell, we can get to any other shaded cell in the grid by traveling horizontally and vertically and never diagonally. Clues cannot be shaded and represent the number of shaded cells connected in a straight line horizontally or vertically to the clue. So thematically, I believe this is meaning that the shaded cells are the canal that we're viewing across, and this 6 here is saying that from standing here on land, we can look horizontally and vertically and see 6 pieces of canal, 6 shaded cells. So in the solution here, you can see that counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one does not count, even though it's in the same vertical path as the 6, because it is blocked by a land tile, an unshaded cell there. And no 2x2 region may be entirely shaded. That'd be familiar with from genres like Nurikabe, where whenever you have a 2x2 region of cells, at most 3 of those may be shaded. Those are the rules of Canal View, and it's time to solve a puzzle. Today's Canal View was set by Freddie Hand. I'm going to be starting by looking for the big numbers, as always. I see this 7 in this corner is looking pretty darn vulnerable because we know that clues can't be shaded, and so this 7 must be able to see 7 shaded cells before it hits any of the other clues, and there's exactly enough room to do that. So that'll take care of the 7. Now this 6 has 2 more to use. The 4 has 1 more. I see this 1 can't have a shaded cell to the south because then it would have 2. So that's not shaded. Same thing goes right here. The shaded cells have to be orthogonally connected. So these shaded cells here will need to get through this little gap now. That's the only way they can go, and that finishes up these 2 1s, I see. So we can mark those off like so, and now this needs to continue going up and out. What else? This now needs to come south through the gap. We can't have a 2x2. We need these 2 to connect. We can't have a 2x2. All right, we've completed this little corner now. The 6 now has 4, could have 1 at most up here, must have at least 1 here. That means this 1, just like we saw here, can't connect because then it would have 2 shaded cells. So that must be unshaded. So therefore this can't be shaded or else it would be stranded. And now the 6 needs 1 more to complete itself, and that's it. It's done now. This little region needs to come out. Let's see about this 4 now, maybe. Not sure. Where do I look next? This region is coming out here. This region is coming out here. If it goes out north, is that a problem? Yes, it is. So this little 3-cell region, if it didn't escape to the west, if it only went north, it's got to go north, and then it's got to go north again, and this 2 now will see 4 cells, which is not allowed. So if it goes north at all, it doesn't go north twice. It's got to go west to get out. So it's got to at least do that. And by doing that, we've completed this 2 clue, which means these 2 are unshaded. And the shaded region has to keep on going out, finishing up this 2 clue. Now it's got to keep on going. Let's see. What have we got with this 7 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 known shaded. At most 1 more shaded here, which means that we need to go at least 1 to the north. That completes this 2 clue. That's good. How about this 1 clue I see is not complete, and we only have 1 place we can put that 1, and then that's going to have to escape. Let's see. I think we probably have to start looking at these top clues. This 3 could still be just strictly southward. It couldn't be strictly southward, no. Because if it were, then this 7 would have at least 8 cells, 8 shaded cells that it could see. So the 3 must have at least 1 going horizontally. But it still could have 1 south. So it can't have 3 south. It can't have 2 south for the same reason. So it could have 1 south, which means it has at least 2 east. That's something at least. The 5 doesn't seem very constrained. We know it can't pick up more than 1 to the west because then it would make this 3 too large. But there are 2 other directions, which makes that less useful. This 4 still only needs 1 more. I have a feeling that one of those options... Yeah, going north is a problem. Because if this went... If the 4th one came from the north, then it would have to escape west, and in doing so would break this 1 clue. So the 4... its 4th is to the west. It doesn't have a neighbor to the north. This now needs to escape. And as soon as it does that, it satisfies the 1 clue. This still needs to get out, satisfying the 4 clue. And it goes at least that far. That's great. This corner now needs to go west to get out. It now meets up here, which has a couple degrees of freedom there. This, we don't know whether it goes straight to the 5 or not. I don't think. But regardless of what it does, it must get through this gap here. And, and this gap is the only way to meet up with this region. This region has a lot of stuff it could do, but it must get through here. So it's going to do that, and that finishes this 2 clue. Which is great, because that tells us then how this snakes down. Also tells us the 5 doesn't use any of the stuff to the east. So the 5 has at most 1 to the west, we said, which means at least 4 south, and it needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually giving it 5 south, so it doesn't go west at all. So it's just done. Now this needs to be avoided 2 by 2. This would be isolated. This 2 can take 1 more, and it's going to be this one because this region needs to meet up with the rest, so it's going to come through there. The 2 is already satisfied. And The 7, let's see, this region does need to meet up with the rest. Don't exactly know how, but it does come through here. And now we need to avoid a 2 by 2. We need to connect. The 3 is now done. This needs to come south. Void a 2 by 2. The 7 needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that is how we solve a canal view.